Greetings and welcome everybody to the Dr. Jane Live on a Thursday. Miracle Medicine. We are continuing with my theme for the year, which came to me on the first day of the year this year. And that is self-love, putting oneself first and honoring self. And with this broad theme, what my intuition showed me is that if you honor self, put yourself first, you will achieve the peace, the joy, the freedom, the love. And that just seemed to be absolutely coherent for me. So we moving on. We've had 7 days of a self-love theme, and that's all on my website, by the way. If you go to the Holistic Ancestral Orientation landing page, booking site, you will find lots of information on this, and you will find the 7-day series as well. There's an affirmation, there's actually 365 Healthy by Choice products that go with it, and it's just an indulgence in self-love for 7 days. So that's there, that's free, and that's on the 365 Healthy by Choice website. And there are also 1 or 2 videos on the Jane Mackenzie YouTube channel. So let's really set the theme for this year and move in this direction. And today we're going to be having a look at self-love and what are we prepared to give up in this year of the Yang Heart Horse. So I'm going to be piecing certain things together. Of course, the heart is the self-love. The yang is more a masculine energy, and the horse is going to be galloping. So we're going to be having a look at more and more and more of this. And I posted a beautiful picture for that, which I'll show you in a moment. I just want to welcome everybody to the year and to what we're going to be achieving. So in 2026, the year of the Yang horse, Yang masculine means active, outward, expressive, heart energy. The horse is the symbol of movement, freedom, direction, truth. And self-love is not optional in this energetic cycle. It's embedded in it. We have the heart energy. So in 2026, the heart leads and the body follows. So let's dive straight into it and have a look initially at what part you're prepared to give up. Anything misaligned becomes uncomfortable in the year of the Yang Heart Horse. And you're going to know it. There will be incredible resistance. Uncomfortability means resistance, and that's movement to shift. To change fear into courage, sadness into joy. And that uncomfortableness is exactly what we want, because from a Yang point of view, we're going to bring about change. So watch the space, watch the world. Let's see where we're going. And as far as I'm concerned, it guides us closer to the turning point, where we're heading, where we will be able to, through quantum collapse, converge and then diverge into a new paradigm, a new consciousness. So very, very exciting. Maybe some of you have thought of this as well. But we want to give up chronic self-neglect. And that's critical in terms of putting self first and self-love. So self-neglect can be our addictions. Alcohol, smoking, food, constantly picking fights, whatever your addiction might be, constantly blaming, constantly negative. We need to be aware and make some notes now and afterwards about the areas where we chronically neglect ourselves. Sitting too long, going to sleep too late. I'll be talking about that in a moment as well. This is chronic neglect. So it really places ourselves first and foremost in our life. we going anyway in our direction. The things that are to the left and the right of us, top and bottom of us, those are the opportunities to increase our alignment, increase our self-awareness, and eventually lead to our divinity, our I am. So if we look at things like that, there's no more blame. There's no more lack of ownership. We respect ourselves. We respect everything we've set up, and we own it. And we say, right, how are we going to deal with this year? With the overriding theme is self-love, self-first, self-honoring. Taking on emotional burdens that are not yours. We have to be incredibly discerning this year. It's going to go really fast. And we have to get up to speed, get on that galloping horse, that fiery galloping horse, and move. So there's not going to be time to take on other people's emotional burdens. We have enough of our own experiences to shoulder, let's be honest. So be very discerning and always keep your still-centered vortex. And let the tornado spin around you, but you're in your central space. And here's another one, over-functioning and people-pleasing. You know, being overuseful. That's one of my pet themes at the moment. You know, too many people are overuseful, and they'll do anything. People will turn to you. It's your own construct, and you feel good that people are asking you to do things. But at the end of the day, you're burning the candle at both ends, and you are being depleted. There's chronic fatigue. So we have to discern again and not be overuseful. Discern what we can and want to do where there's no resistance, and leave where you know the red flag is already there and there's going to be resistance and you're going to get overtired. So, give up being the corporate delight, the one who does everything and takes on the overseas contracts and travels and everything. So I'll break this down a little bit clearer in a moment. Suppressing the truth to maintain comfort. This is critical this year. We need to, engage the thyroid, the throat chakra, and speak the truth from the heart, from a self-love perspective. Otherwise, you're not honoring yourself. So very, very important to this year to speak the truth. And we need to give up living from survival rather than choice. So many of us get into that trap, and we live month by month. I'm going to share with you some other things to give up doing that are going to simplify, clarify, help keep the horse galloping seamlessly, effortlessly along your path. Giving up the loss is not losing anything. In fact, it's liberating energy. So let's look at it like that. Let's get rid of the stagnation, the stagnant things. And some of the things I wrote down, let go of what you're holding on to. Be like water. Be in the flow. Don't gather things. Just keep flowing. That horse galloping, keep the flowing. Get rid of what you're holding. I've got wonderful techniques and processes. You all know that. The one in particular, the holistic ancestral orientation. Let's clear those ancestral generational patterns that we brought in, that we are self-repeating, no longer serving us. Reaching bottom down, institutionalizing ourselves, etc., etc., etc. No time for that this year. So come and clear. I'm doing the most amazing holistic ancestral processing at the moment. People are literally shifting. And I see them a week later, they look 10 years younger. Things that are happening, family members that didn't want to see people are seeing people. Things are getting together. People are going back to their villages to make peace. And I can go on and on and on. So let's not carry our burdens. Let's be the water. Let's keep flowing. Let's not have stagnation. Another thing that gets in the way are overfilled schedules. those endless schedules that we never get to and never are going to get to. Simplify, 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 and do what you do well with love, putting yourself first. So in other words, the antithesis of this is intentional emptiness. And I do that on a Sunday. Intentional emptiness. Phone off, Wi-Fi off, outside, bare feet, in the garden, eating my usual fruits and nuts and things that I love, raw cacao. But finding self, being in the self-love mode, just spoiling myself. Intentional emptiness. And that's when things come to you, beautiful things. That's when things can find us. The effortless scrolling, and I'm guilty too, huge distraction, blocking our awareness, blocking our connection. You know, we want to be present. We don't want to be distracted. I mean, I think the average person scrolls between 2 and 5 hours a day. Can you imagine? You end up with mental fragmentation. That's really what it ends up with. And more. You know, the nervous system is overloaded. Emotional reactivity. Absolute burnout from overdoing. Impulsive decisions without embodiment. That's terrible. Disconnection from body, mind, emotions, and spirit. So if you're disconnected, you're not here, you're not present. Again, you know, I was reading earlier in some ancient scripts about how we actually strived to get into physical form. Not all souls get into physical form. We did. And, you know, are we wasting this life, or are we actually using it to not live in the polar world, to bring the polarization into unification and live our life and self-develop, achieve through self-love, but again, achieving our destiny, our I am. That's what we came for. We want to use all the opportunities in our way to do that and not feed into this distraction. You know, you can clean up, for example, your kitchen. I mean, how many vegetable peelers do you have? How many pots do you have? Me included, 1 finger forward, 3 back. You know, and then what happens is, I don't cook a lot, so I'm a little bit off the hook here, but cooking becomes difficult. Too many pots to clean, too many of this and that. So we can easily give away, you know, our 3 of everything, our 6 of this, all our plates, you know, the extra plates and things. Really simplify. It's part of being empty. Only have what you need in your kitchen, in your workroom, for example, in your office. And even physical burdens that you carry. How big is your handbag? A client came in today with this colossal handbag and a jersey. And I looked at this and I thought, I wonder what you're carrying. Obviously, we did the whole process, but, you know, it's a giveaway, the size of your bag, basically. So we don't want to keep stuffing things and carrying heavy burden and heavy bags with us. Travel light. Another one. Staying up late while we're scrolling, staying up late instead of going to bed early and waking up early. It's quite difficult to wake up early if you've gone to bed too late. So the ideal time of getting up usually is at sunrise because the earth's waking up, the birds are singing. So if you aim for 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, depending on the season, you're waking up in the rhythm of the earth, the circadian rhythm, and you will be going to sleep. Electrical lights off, candle maybe, resting the eyes, resting the nervous system, gently easing into sleep. Staying up late is problematic. You interfere with the serotonin, melatonin cycles. The melatonin cycle kicks in at 10 o'clock and leaves around about 2. So you're interfering with deep dreaming, you're interfering with the immune system regenerating itself, the nervous system regenerating itself, and that's a very big problem. And this blue light that we all stare at all day is worse than junk food. So, get your infrared lamps out. I've got mine here, actually. It's not on. I should actually put it on, but this little one is on my desk so that I can counteract the blue light that's coming at me all the time, interfering with the pineal gland. So going to bed early, you mitigate a lot of that. Also clothes, minimize. It's that 80-20 rule. And again, I'm guilty of this. I wear 20% of my clothes. So what are the rest doing hanging there? Making the hanger, the rod do that. So we can definitely clean up that one. Making our load lighter this year. We can't carry a lot on a horse. Remember, it's galloping. We want to be streamlined. We want to be moving with grace and ease and flow. We want to remove the chaos. We want to think clearly. We want to stop saying yes all the time. That's a little bit similar to being not so useful. Not yes to every social engagement. Again, I'm also guilty of a lot of these things. I'm finding my silence, my aloneness valuable, important, critical for self-development, self-discovery, self-love. So we need to be discerning there as well. Holding onto the past memories, as I said earlier, the shouldering all the experiences, the needing to control all the time, be in control. No, it won't be like that. We need to be flowing. We need to absolutely be flowing, not multitasking, not saying yes to everything. It's a lean, clean year this time. An opportunity to liberate our energy, reduce the chaos, become more aligned. Put it that way. We need the chaos for the quantum collapse to happen, and then we get the alignment in the new consciousness, the new paradigm. So that's where we're heading this year. You can start reading between the lines, and my HIELO Quantum Well-Being Compass is ideal for that because it's an iterative process, and you just keep renewing, raising awareness, deepening into consciousness, raising awareness, deepening into consciousness, giving up the old. So there exists an extraordinary potential in 2026, and that's where the self-love is going to be leading us. Things like heart-led charity. Heart-led clarity as opposed to mind-led. This mind, the conscious mind, is about doubt, confusion, chaos. When we're working with heart, and I'm going to add guts in here, heart-led clarity is the subconscious. It's the superconscious. It's the holistic field. And that's where we work with my HIELO process. Holistic integrated epigenetic life orientation, bringing in the holistic ancestral orientation, bringing in the quantum health assessments, the NQB, and my Q450 device, working in the field. Heart-led clarity. Having the courage to choose yourself. Putting yourself first. Emotional honesty, release of emotions, really the ones that are not serving us. And releasing of old paradigms, outdated roles, no longer serving us anymore. When you honor yourself, life organizes around the truth. So just getting back to that HIELO process of mine, there's the physical grounding, nourishment, energy from the 365 Healthy by Choice products, the NQP quantum device, the Q450 quantum device, leading to neurological regulation, calm, focus, peace. We emotionally release the boundaries, discover the truth, and align spiritually with purpose and presence. Have to position our own well-being first. 2026. So that the movement is more guided, not just chaotic. When we're moving with speed, we need to be very clear where we're going, because we can end up in the wrong place very quickly. So, from a heart, horse, and self-leadership point of view, the horse will ask, where am I going? Why am I moving? And am I aligned with my heart? Very strong message. So, self-love becomes self-leadership. Think of that. There's only one person that can lead you, and that's you. There's only one person that's going to self-love you, and that's you. So we have to get into this groove. So maybe some questions you could ask yourself would be, what am I still carrying out of habit? Write it down. What am I ignoring about my body's signals? And this is absolutely critical. Those people will come in with degeneration. They have ignored and ignored and ignored and ignored the body signals. First, there's a bit of numbness. Then there's a little bit of pain. Then there's more pain. Then there's an operation. Then it's degeneration. All the body signals were ignored. The body is signaling the emotion. And then redefining, what truth you really want to live in 2026. So you could bring in affirmations, for example, I choose self-love as my foundation. I definitely have. And I'm moving forward with courage, clarity, and heart. That's what I'm looking at. Write your own ones down. So I'm here to assist and guide and educate people this year, 2026, a year that's responding to truth, courage, alignment. At my center in Bryanston, with the HIELO process, with the 365 Healthy by Choice products, it's been a galloping year already. I mean, even double bookings, and that's what it is. I'm balancing it. I'm dividing my day up into times when I'm assisting people, times when I'm learning on my own, and rest. So if you're sensing emotional handbrakes that need to be lifted, physical depletion, I'm seeing people daily with acute chronic disease, chronic fatigue. If you're sensing that inner conflict, let me guide you through the HIELO process, the holistic, integrated epigenetic life orientation, where we crystallize out the emotional generational patterns, clear the memories, experience peace, love, joy, unconditional love, our divinity. And that's what we have the HIELO Compass for. So that's what I wanted to share with you today, and really get ourselves focused quickly. I'm going to be doing a 4-week get back into shape. I did talk about it last week. A 4-week get back into shape self-love program. It's complimentary. It does have a value, but I'm going to do it complimentary for those of you who are interested, and I will be posting tomorrow and the next day. I'm going to ask you to register on my website so I know who really wants to do this. There will be a weekly schedule, and we'll go through 4 phases of getting ourselves back into shape in 2026 using this valuable information that I've just spoken to you about. So look out for that. And I'm also going to be marketing the Nelson Quantum Biofeedback device, the most exceptional device in existence right now. And that's categorically a fact. It's 100 years ahead of its time. So I'm going to be, those of you that are interested, I'll be marketing that as well. And selling it. Yes, selling it and doing trainings. And, in the light of the passing of Professor Desiree Dubonnet, we do honor her and her work. And we want to really take it to greater heights. And what better year than this year to do that? So she's left us a smashing year to get on with this and share it with the world and share the results. The testimonies I have are extraordinary. It's operating at 25 megahertz. The ones before operating at 1 megahertz and less. You can imagine, and there's 3 harmonic waves in this. So the transformations are extraordinary. And I've been waiting for this because we want to be moving quickly. So more and more and more on that. And there's going to be 10 conversations that I'm going to be holding on the Nelson Quantum Biofeedback. And I see some of you in here who actually hold the devices yourself. So great news coming up, great year coming up. I'm really, really excited for it. So conserve your energies, use it wisely, surround yourself with the good things, put yourself first, honor yourself, head for your divinity. Not much more to say. And, we've got the HIELO process, which just absolutely slots into this. So any questions, let me know. And I look forward to hearing from you and being on my conversations. I will be double upping on the bi-weekly consultations and using the Thursdays for that anyway. So see you all soon. I'll do the bi-weekly consultations Sunday afternoon, Thursday evening. Those will be conversations. And then I'll do the NQB discussion probably on a Tuesday or something like that. I'm going to decide. But see you all soon. Thanks for coming.